In the West Highlands of Scotland lies a vast expanse of boggy moorland, surrounded by some of the most spectacular peaks in the whole of Scotland. This is, of course, Rannoch Moor. And on today's video we were hoping to have a higher camp which overlooked the moor, and looking forward to some nice sunsets and sunrises. It wasn't all going to be plain sailing though, because it was a bit windy when we arrived.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a busy old road down there. Anyway, hello, welcome to the Highlands. And yeah, I've just left the car. As you can see, I'm not far from the road. But I wanted to just start the video here because to the left of your screen, or the left of your picture, you'll see this tree, and it's growing out of a rock, and that's a famous to me anyway. I don't know if anybody else thinks it's famous, but those of you that drive through the Highlands, heading to places, far-flung places like the Rannoch Moor and Glencoe, chances are you'll drive past Mr. Rowntree. And over the years it's become a bit of a tradition with myself and Jerry and whoever may else be in the car, is that we have to wave to Mr. Rowan as we're coming up, and as we're going back as well. He's almost like the gatekeeper to the north and to the adventures, and he looks after us. So it's an amazing wee tree grown out of a rock. But anyway, going on a wild camp, and we'll wait to meet someday another fellow YouTuber who you probably know on the top of this hill. So I'll report back in a wee while. Time to go. It's a bit breezy, and a bit boggy. Ain't no paths here. Right, up we go. Long grass here, but there's bits that have been flattened. You'll not see it, but that's where the deer have been lying. So long grass, deer in the Highlands, end of summer equals ticks. So you see I've got my gaiters on, and they've all been treated, so I'm out of breath. I've also got a very heavy backpack, which I'll explain why it's very heavy later on. But yeah, so it means ticks. So I've got my gaiters on, I've sprayed everything with a fresh coating of permethrin. As I said, I've not had one tick since I've started using that stuff, so it's well worth the money. So right, time to keep going. Getting a wee bit higher now. You see the views behind me are opening up. Absolutely beautiful. And wait till you see the views over to behind the camera, which I'll show you now. Stunning. And that behind me, over there, a lot of you will recognise that as Rannoch Moor. What a beautiful place. And I'll tell you what, the wind's whistling in from the east, right across Rannoch Moor and hitting us. I'm a bit concerned about my night's sleep tonight in the tent. I might be a bit flappy, but let's go up and meet my pal. Let's go. Nearly at the summit, the last few steps, and I can see my camping companion waiting for me at the summit, so I shall spin you around and introduce you. Alright. Woo! How are you, sir? Nice to see you.
Nice to
it's Ray! Yes! Yeah. So it's been a wee while since we've been out. We're pretending that we've not met, but we actually met about 100 metres down there. Ray came down and gave me a kiddie back up the hill. But
I was wondering what happened to you actually.
Well, as I said, I've got a heavy pack, and I'll explain. It's Ray's fault. But yeah, the last time was out under the Aurora, wasn't it?
It was. We were at Local Hills.
Local Hills, yeah.
That was a great wee trip.
Yeah, that was good. So
10 months ago.
10 months.
10 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
so anyway, we're going to go and I'm going to see if Ray's pitched the tent in the only decent, non-windy part of the hill. Should we go down and try and find somewhere? Yeah. Let's go. Fantastic, with the light coming over there. That's going to be a good night. Oh, right. It's a wee spot here. I've been down, Ray's got a fantastic sort of teepee tent just a wee bit further down, and I've come up here, it's a bit flat, it's a wee bit wet, there's been a lot of wet weather. But look at these views, I don't know if you'll be able to see them in the camera, it might be a bit blown out, but the views over the Black Mount are fantastic. And this is a great example of a hill that we can come and have an adventure on, and it's it's not taking too much energy, or I'm not that tired coming up here. Hence why we've got the heavy packs with the beer in them, which Ray, who's behind the camera, suggested. So I've got a beer, and I'll explain why I never bring beer in a wee while, but you might have guessed it already. But let's get the tent up just now, and I'll report back in a wee while. Right, let's get this out. Oh my God, what a weight. Get the pegs in, still put one away. Enough, but anyway, when it's windy, I put the pegs in first to stop it blowing away. Works so far, but we'll see. A bit more peace of mind when it's a bit blowy. Get the pegs in as early as possible. There you go. I'll just put it out and then I'll just go and sit in it and make sure it's kind of level. I said that a few times before. So there we go, got the tent up. And it's quite breezy. It's not super windy, but yeah, Scarp's pretty good. It's pretty solid in the wind. I've put it longyways so it's not sideways onto the wind, which I'm sure you'd know about. And I've got the door facing the sunset, which is lovely. So I'm going to get the sleeping bag out and the sleeping pad. And I've bought a wee gadget, which I'll show you in just a minute, for my sleeping pad, which should make things a bit easier. I'm maybe getting a bit lazy, but anyway, I'll reveal all in just a second. Right, so what I've bought is a wee pump. It's a FLEXTAILGEAR Tiny Pump, and this saves me having to inflate the bag manually. You just pop an adapter on there and it fits in. Double click and off it goes. And that's more for the winter bags. It takes a bit of time to pump up, and if it's windy, so we'll see how this works. A bit lazy, but and you can reverse it so it sucks the air out, but I don't see why you really need to use that often. Maybe for the winter bag it'll be a bit better. So yeah, I'm going to leave that doing that and get the other stuff out. And get my sleeping bag out while it's inflating. It's just quite good. Multitasking. Right, so that's everything set. I'm going to nip down and have tea down at Ray's tent. So we'll report back in a wee while when I've got some food going. Let's go down and see Ray.
So with the wind whistling around the tent, I headed the short distance down to where Ray had pitched up, and I was getting quite hungry at this point. It was getting a bit later, and I was keen to get the food on before the sunset approached.
Well, here we are, down at Ray's tent. Yep, sir.
Hello, Murray.
We'll have some tea. I'm just watching the sun go down actually. You can't see it, but it's just dipping behind the black mount. And we're on the beers, aren't we?
We are.
So this is, yeah, cheers. Cheers, Ray. Yeah,
Cheers.
This is why the bag was so heavy. And we were just talking, we were actually doing a bit for Ray's channel, RS Outdoors, go and check Ray out. Plug. But we were just saying that I don't usually take beer with me because it's too heavy. If I was doing a Monroe or just, even taking loads of water up, you try and get somewhere where there's a water source, so any liquid isn't great. But here, this is a perfect short, we're not that far from the car, and we knew it wasn't going to be too much energy to get up here, so we've treated ourselves to some beers. So.
Something a bit different. It's not something I do normally either. Maybe just a hip flask. Even then, it's not very often I'll bring a hip flask. Just don't bother, to be honest.
I always, I like a wee whiskey. But the reason, the only time I drink whiskey is when I go camping, and the reason is I'm not going to carry beer up with me. It's lighter, 40% versus 5%.
But saying that, I have brought my rum now and again.
You have, I remember the rum
we've
night.
had a rum cocktail now and again, yeah.
Was the night we saw the UFO alien, was that not after a few rums and whiskies?
That was one of those nights, yeah.
What's the story? It's always something strange happens when we're out camping.
We'll see what happens tonight, I know.
I said to Ray, I'll be away in the morning if I hear anything. That sun's just dipping behind the horizon. It's beautiful. Anyway, we're gonna have a beer. We'll report back later on. I think we're gonna get some nice skies tonight. You know that, so we might do some photography, depending on how many beers we have. Right.
That's
Cheers.
That. Cheers, folks.
Having had our tea and just finishing our first beer, we noticed the skies starting to light up. So we headed up to the summit to take some pictures and just enjoy the sunset and the dusk. It was a spectacular evening, and those clouds were just lovely, lovely and pink.
Oh, this is beautiful, looking out to the east. It's just so pink. There's a weather front moving from east to west, so we're catching the end of it here, and it's just, I don't know if the camera's picking up, but it's beautiful pink. Some lenticular clouds as well. And I'm hoping it's going to move over this way and we'll get finally a nice sunset over here, but so far so good. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm taking some time lapse, which I might stick up just now, and just been taking some pictures on my phone, some snaps. Yeah, it's lovely. And this is my new jacket. It's keeping me nice and warm. It's quite nice. It's a Jotner one. And what I tend to do is I bought this at the end of winter, start of summer, and they're sale. And I do tend to do that. I'll buy my winter gear at the end of winter, my summer gear at the end of summer, because you do find you get the best discounts. But anyway, just a wee tip for you. I'm going to shut up now and enjoy this this lovely sunset over Rannoch Moor. What a place. Wow. There we go, it's lovely. So the light, we did a bit of footage when the light was catching to the east, and it's now going over the Black Mountain here. I don't know if you can make it out in the camera, but it's rather nice, isn't it, Ray?
It's lovely.
A cracking sunset. So yeah, we'll probably take a few more pictures and just dot about, and then we'll head back down and have the rest of our beer. Yeah. It's nice. I think it'll get dark pretty quickly as well.
Yeah. See what stars come out, that'll be the next one.
Aye, might do some star laps. Watch this space. Yeah, that's nice. Beautiful. Nicer than expected.
After watching the fantastic sunset, we headed back down to Ray's tent and had a few beers and a few whiskies and set the world to right. It really was fun. But after that, the night was drawing on, and I was pretty tired, to be honest with you, so it was time to head back to the tent and get ready to settle down for the evening and hope that wind would die down as opposed to pick up.
Well, what a great evening. As you can see, it's now it's dark. It's about 11 o'clock. There's a full moon. It's a lovely moonlit landscape, and I've spent the night just having a drink and a chatter with Ray. It's been great fun. It's great company tonight. So, but yeah, the wind's still it's easing down. It's meant to drop down to almost nothing in the morning, which might be a good thing, might not be. But yeah, it's lovely just to be out actually and be under the stars again. It's getting towards the autumn now, and the dark skies are returning. And I'm not going to do much astro because of the full moon. It's not really worth it, but yeah, it's been a good night and the views have been spectacular. The sunset was spectacular. Let's just hope the sunrise in the morning is just as good. So for now, I'm going to hit the hay, and I'll see you in the morning.
With the full moon rising to the south, I settled down in the tent. It was quite bright with that full moon, but I soon fell asleep, ready to see if the sunrise the following morning would be as spectacular as the sunset had been tonight.
Right, it's morning folks. It is just after 6. In fact, my alarm's probably going to go off, but yeah, slept quite well. And Ray's just come over and said that it's looking nice outside, so I'm going to go and get all my warm stuff back on. It's quite cold. About an hour after going to sleep, I had to get the silk liner. When I went to sleep, it didn't seem that cold, so I didn't put the silk liner in my sleeping bag last night, but I did put it in. I don't know, about an hour after going to bed, and it made all the difference. So it was quite cosy once I got that in my sleeping bag. So anyway, let's have a wee look outside. I'll spin you around and you can see what it like it is outside. That's looking nice.
There you go, look at that. Oh yes. There's Ray. Thanks for waking me up, Ray.
Morning.
Aye aye. Looking good. Right, I'm gonna get up. Right, as you can see, Ray's all ready to go and I'm still in my sleeping bag, so right. I'll be with you shortly. Right, let's go. Oh, look at this. This is nice, Ray. What a morning.
It is, it's lovely.
So we come down. You probably can't see us. We're probably just silhouettes. But we've just come down here to take a few pictures of the loch and the Rannoch Moor, and the sun's going to come up over to the southeast. So beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're just starting to get a bit colour across the Black Mount as well. It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Tell you what, the wind's dropped down as well quite a lot. There's no ripples on the loch like there were last night, but there's still a wee breeze, tiny wee breeze, so there's no midges as well, so that's good, isn't it?
It's always a bonus, yeah.
So yeah, we're going to take some pictures and
A coffee, I think.
I think
I'm
I
needing
might,
a coffee.
yeah, coffee. I might wait till the sun's up, have a coffee, so I don't miss anything. You know, it'll be like we'll be running about like mad arse
Yeah.
flies, try to get a coffee on, and I'll be all kicking off in the sky. So yeah, we'll report back in a little while. I'm going to take some pictures here. Actually, it's beautiful. I need to shorten the guy lines on the tent. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but I fell over the guy line last night. Nothing to do with the whiskey, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I need to shorten them, they're far too long. But this is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the band of Venus starting to come over the Black Mount. And I want to get some more cameras out and do some time lapse and all that sort of jazz. So let's get on with that.
With sunrise approaching, I decided to get some of the cameras set up to capture that lovely mist that was rolling around Rannoch Moor.
See it now, sun's getting a bit more powerful. It's actually a way to crest the horizon. I'm going to be in the sun shortly, but almost the whole of the Black Mount Munros are now illuminated with the lower ground in front of me, Rannoch, the end of Rannoch Moor, just still in the shade. It really is spectacular. What a place. And as I said, or alluded to last night, there are views in every direction. East across Rannoch Moor, north to the Moors and the grey corries. You get the Black Mount here, which is kind of stealing the show at the moment. Then down to the Bridge of Orchy Hills and Loch Tula, and you can see Ben Cruachan out west. What a place, stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. slowly starting to pack away. Help, Ray, how's it going?
That's it, all packed. He's still getting ready.
He was up before me, plus I've been doing a bit of fannying about, as they say.
Yeah.
You had your breakfast?
I have, well, a coffee. A quick coffee.
Yeah.
I need to get home early today and yeah, I'll be shooting off.
Yeah.
But as always, it's been a pleasure to be out with you.
It's been great fun, hasn't it? What a place.
Has, yeah.
And what this is? Well, it was Ray's suggestion. We were going to be going up to Glencoe, weren't we?
Yeah.
To a place we'd been before, but this is it's
It was
quite
just a
nice
bit easier. We were both kind of strapped for time, so it was a nice wee hill just to go up.
Yeah.
Easy to get to. I've come here many a time. I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice.
Especially in the snow. That's when we should come back up.
Aye.
And it's all
Covered in
covered.
snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must say it's quite boggy, so it's not. There's no like I always say, there's no billiard flat pieces of ground.
No.
So it's but as long as you've got the right equipment, it's fine. So anyway, I better.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
scoot
I'll
off.
do
As
this. Thanks
always,
very much,
thank
Ray.
you very much.
Aye, I look forward to the video.
Take care. Yeah.
RS Outdoors. I keep calling it the 30-year-old
Old one, Renegade Scott. Yeah.
So I check out Ray's video. It'll be out long before you see this one because he's more efficient than me. I'm
Right.
packing down the tents and editing the videos. Anyway, right.
Take care, folks.
Fair.
See you later.
Farewell, friend. See you in the next one. Right, I've got a wee bit more time. Ray had to get back down the road. But I'm just taking my time now. I've still not had my breakfast. I'm going to have that in a minute. But I'm just packing away some of my stuff just now to get it away. And I'm leaving my tent up, as you can see, as long as possible, because there's a wee bit of condensation on it. So the longer it stays up in the sun, the more dry it'll get, the less drying I'll have to do when I get home. It's not a big deal on a day like today when I'm just heading back to the car pretty quickly, but if I was doing a longer trek, maybe a couple of days, you don't want to be carrying a big wet tent. But anyway, let's get the coffee on and I'll report back in a wee while. Looking forward to this. Got a Scotch egg, some Snickers and a Nutri-Grain bar, and of course my coffee for my breakfast. And it's a lovely wee rock here which has been dried off by the sun, which I can sit my buttocks down on. What a place to have my breakfast. I'm currently looking down across Rannoch Moor and the fog's moved in a bit further. It's absolutely stunning. It's you can see some of the lockings through the fog. Anyway, time to concentrate on having some coffee. Oh, it's nice. Beautiful. Right. I've starting to pack away a bit more now. I've sat for ages actually after having my breakfast just watching the mists roll across the moor. It's a lovely, lovely morning. The sun's coming up, there's a bit of heat. It's dried the tent off a wee bit, it's still a bit wet, so I don't think it's getting much drier than this. So I'm actually going to take this UV jacket off now because it's a bit warm and then get the tent down. But it's been a fantastic place to come for a number of reasons. The weather's been great. We did check the forecast. As always, I don't see the point of going out when it's lashing rain and storms, which has been the whole of the week actually. It's been really bad weather, so we kept an eye on the forecast, and there's a wee ridge of high pressure coming, as you can see now in the morning. It was a bit breezy last night, but we timed it just right, and this has been the result. And this hill
isn't the highest in the area, and it's actually the height of the hill is just under 500 metres, so by Scottish terms that's not too big at all, but it's allowed us to do a few things like bring in a heavier pack up. We even had beer. My God, it's a luxury to have beer. As we mentioned, usually if we're going up the Munros or up, a fair hike in, it's just not, it's not any fun carrying big massive packs up with you. But when you're doing a short hike like this, you're not going too far. I filled up all my water. Usually, again, I'd only put enough water until I got to a higher water source to save me carrying that water. And I certainly wouldn't take any beers if I was going up a big hike. But yeah, that's one of the advantages of coming here, which wasn't far. As I said, just under 500 metres, but the start from the road is quite high. So maybe only a couple hundred metres ascent, if that, which is fantastic. And there's hundreds of spots like this across Scotland and the UK that you can find. You just need to look at a map, as long as you don't mind looking for, you're not looking as again for very, very flat. I mean, we've got flat areas here, but you do need those ground mats and the right equipment to make it a comfy night's sleep. So all in all, pretty good. Anyway, let's get this tent away and I'll do one more piece to camera before we head down. Now it's about 9 o'clock now. I've done a lot of just chilling out. I'm glad that Ray got me up before my alarm. It's just made the morning a bit more relaxed. But yeah, it's time to head back down. It's great. It's a great camp. What can I say about this camp? And in summary, it was great to have some company with Ray coming up. Yeah, I managed to test out some well, not new equipment, but my new down jacket, which I bought about 6 months ago. It's the first time I've used that, and the wee pump for pumping up the bags was really good. That's going to be useful, especially coming into the winter season. The bigger ground mat takes a bit more charging and stuff. So charging, yeah, it takes a bit more blowing up, which is good. And the silk liner, which I've had for years and years, came in really handy for the sleeping bag. So it was getting a bit chilly, but yeah, I'm going to end the video here. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Right, now for a delightful walk all the way down to the car with views to Dashwa. I'll see you next week, folks.